Alexey arrived to his EWTN home base at our Rome bureau last night with the Pope and joins us now from St. Peter's Square to share his impressions of this important papal trip. Alexey, it's so great to have you with us. The Pope received a very warm welcome from priests, nuns, and laity. Let's take a listen. There was native music played for him and he was cheered for. Can you share more insight on what the Pope's visit meant for the small Catholic population there?
Yes, Montse, it was very encouraging for the local Catholics and also for the clergy who are mostly foreign missionaries in Kazakhstan. And what the Pope said in the cathedral, that in the church there are no foreigners, were really profound for both missionaries and for new Catholics in Kazakhstan, because it was, Kazakhstan was only officially formed 30 years ago, and unity has been a hard thing for the people here to feel. So there were seen a unifying words from the Pope. At the end of the trip on board the papal flight, the Holy Father said that he was happy to see Catholics so enthusiastic, so joyful. And this really, Montse, these words from Pope Francis about the Catholics he encouraged in Kazakhstan really did make them feel like part of the global church.
Well, that's beautiful. And he also did another beautiful thing, focusing on art and beauty of the church. The Pope blessed the Mother of the Steps painting, the first of its kind representing native peoples of Kazakhstan. And the other week, you brought us behind the scenes to look at how that art was coming together. What does this symbol mean for both Catholics and non-Catholics in this region?
For many Catholics in Kazakhstan, this gesture by Pope Francis really helped to remind people that Our Lady is there with the people of the country. In fact, you could also say that with the blessing of the icon by the Pope, Kazakh Catholic art was born in the country. I talked today with the painter Dazbol Kasimov, and he told me that he was quite nervous and anxious to see how the people would react to the painting, but was relieved to see that a Pope seems to like the painting. And in fact, the moment of the blessing, I was there together with the other journalists, many of whom were not Catholic. And when the image was revealed, I heard many of them saying, wow, and this painting, it's so beautiful. And I think the beauty of painting speaks for itself. Also, there were there were some small cards afterwards that were given to the people. Many of the journalists wanted to take one, and I also got one, and I brought it here to my colleagues and to my friends.
That's beautiful, the birth of Kazakh Catholic art. You also spoke with many religious leaders. You shared insight on Catholicism in the region.
Yes, and I spoke also with the Cardinal Giorgio Marengo, who served as a missionary in Mongolia for nearly 20 years and was just appointed as the world's youngest cardinal. He shared a little about pilgrims on their way to Kazakhstan, and let's take a listen.
Okay.
Very pleased to have a small delegation from our Catholic Church in Mongolia. They decided to leave from Ulaanbaatar by car, because they wanted to leave this as a pilgrimage of faith, and they thought that by moving slowly, going across the great steps, it would have meant a lot for them. And they are, some of them, they are catechists, some they are simply believers of our church, and there are also 3 missionaries.
And Mongolia neighbors Kazakhstan, and it also has a small minority of Catholics living there, some 1,300 people out of a country of more than 3 million. And Montse, both countries share some common history. Once both were part of the Mongol horde, and we both share the same nomadic culture. And now we share our first ever cardinal in Central Asia.
Definitely a role that the church is playing in providing unity for the region. How did this feel for you personally, for the Pope to be in your homeland?
For me personally, and I feel it feels absolutely incredible, and I feel very grateful to the Holy Father who traveled to Kazakhstan despite his knee pain. And I also feel privileged to be able to travel with him. And I was very surprised when I heard in his speech mentioning Kazakh national instrument Dombra and also quoting Kazakh poet Abay Kunanbayev. And I think that this visit brought a lot of encouragement for our church in Kazakhstan. And there will be long-lasting fruits of this visit. And at the end, in the press conference, in the flight, I also were able to invite Pope Francis to come back to Kazakhstan.
Well, hopefully he'll take you up on your invitation and you can welcome him riding on a horse as you did to show us the background of this great visit last week. Thank you so much, Alexey. It's so wonderful to have you with us.
Thank you, Montse.